The Canadian Rocky Mountains, Mother Nature's true playground. Millions of people are welcomed every year, but that's nothing to compare to the billions of locals that inhabit the grounds at all times. Let's go on a journey back in time to explore different events in the Rockies and learn how the human responses have shaped this touristic location we all know today. The beginning dates back 55 to 80 million years ago, when the last of 3 intense episodes of tectonic activity was responsible for the raising of these majestic mountains. Glaciers and ice fields were the next to form as a result of multiple periods of glaciation. They caused the serious erosion that created the current form of the mountains, and they continue to source nearby lakes, rivers, and streams. Over time, waterfalls, canyons, and caves started to take shape, and vegetation was growing around the rocky soils. All of this in the process of developing a perfect habitat for billions of animals, including moose, grizzly bears, black bears, mountain goats, elk, and more than 280 species of birds. The landscape of the Rocky Mountains was shaped by natural forces. However, millions of years later, agricultural and industrial activities began altering the environment at an accelerated pace. On July 20th, 1871, Prime Minister John A. Macdonald agreed to build a railway through the Rocky Mountains to link British Columbia to the rest of the country. Several passes through the mountains were considered as the route. However, the Kicking Horse Pass was chosen, despite its rugged terrain. As a result, there was a dangerously steep slope in the pass, known as the Big Hill, that needed to be taken care of. Under government pressure, Canadian Pacific was forced to build a railroad with a 4.5% incline, as they were not in position to carve a gradual descent. According to engineering specifications, an incline should never exceed 1.8%. Consequently, when a train first attempted this hill in 1884, it resulted in a crash, killing 3 workers. In an effort to protect various regions of Canada, the National Park System began in 1885. Banff and Yoho National Parks were soon established after. However, this did not influence the area of the Rockies where the railway project took place. In the meantime, the discovery of gold in the Klondike region of Yukon provoked the gold rush between 1887 and 1899. The demand for a railroad was increasing as people needed transportation to and from Dawson City, a mining town established in 1896. However, the lack of solutions regarding the railroad forced more than 100,000 pioneers to follow the Chilkoot Pass through the Rockies. The problem was later resolved by J. E. Schweitzer, one of the railway's assistant chief engineers. He came with the idea to reroute the railroad through a series of 2 tunnels built in the spiral form, allowing a gradual incline. The spiral tunnels were completed in 1909, and being a safe solution, they are still used to this day. Despite the attempts of Parks Canada to preserve the whole area of the Rocky Mountains, development continued to grow in some regions. Trees were being cut down in the Rockies at twice the speed than any other location in Canada. In addition, an increase in global temperatures started to cause drier seasons, signifying a higher risk of forest fires and posing a threat to glaciers. Finally, in 1920, the last of 4 national parks in the Canadian Rockies was established, protecting them from all forms of industrial development, including mining, forestry, oil and natural gas exploration, and sport hunting. Some people became enraged as the public still wanted to experience the solitude, the outstanding views, and to see the wilderness. To respond, the national parks began providing recreational facilities for touristic activity, such as golf courses, tennis courts, and ski resorts. Over time, the goal changed to provide outdoor recreational activities that require minimal facilities, such as camping, hiking, canoeing, cross-country skiing, and snowshoeing. Then, in 1984, the Rocky Mountains became an UNESCO World Heritage Site. As a result, Banff National Park was starting to have more than 3.5 million visitors every year. In addition, 4.5 million people would drive through without stopping. But having the longest national road bisect the country's national park posed a serious potential for roadkills. To address this problem, Banff put up wildlife fencing on either side of the highway to discourage animals from entering the busy road. In addition, since 1996, Banff opened 6 wildlife overpasses and 38 underpasses, which have documented more than 152,000 crossings. The wildlife vehicle collisions have reduced by 80%. Today, challenges and threats continue appearing in the Canadian Rocky Mountains, and people are trying their best to find solutions. How we choose to respond to these problems in the future is unknown. You'll probably need to find another documentary in 100 years to answer that question.